Hey, pre-notification gang. I know, dang it, John Wick 4 was amazing. Fucking unreal. Whew. Thanks the resub MK Ultra. And the resub Zach Wiggle Chaos East Stark Ovo. The 5 gift subs Tony. Thanks, Tony. And the bits num. I know, that was fucking cool. The whole Dragon's Breath sequence was amazing. Thanks the resub Recurrence, Rags, Dearly, Alley, and the tier 1J. And the bits King and the resub Hook and gift sub Afroman. Thanks to the resub Ravioli, Cave, Police, Chronos, Saints, and tier 1 Peanut Butter, and the gift sub Thargic. And the resub Lonely and Shaft. And the tier 1 Tech and the resub Achilles, Niteoni, Lamp, Artisan, Fire, and the Prime. Streams, Stitchy, and the bits Chris. I did not see that article, Chris. It sounds wild, though. Thanks for resub Grinds, Manute, and Cherry. You saw TikTok versus Congress, right? No, I didn't. I did hear that there's actually a chance it outright gets banned, though. Don't know how accurate that is because I didn't see it, but I saw the headlines. Oh yeah, John Wick 4 is a fucking masterpiece. There's some Mark, Shoe, Donkey, Silver in the Prime, Say, Bin, and Matter. The resub Tyler. Can we get a teaser for info about new comic? When it gets closer to release, sure. But it's still a little ways out. Thanks for resub Mishley. Whew. Thanks to the 5 gift sub Slasher. Appreciate it. And the bits Arrow. Hard to explain, Arrow. Thanks to resub Perk and the bits Caden. Resident Evil comes out in 30 minutes. Yeah, I guess we can talk about it while we're waiting. I did see this. So this card's actually somewhat of a legend. I haven't seen the video on it yet, but apparently it covers it. From what I remember, and I actually remember this when I was a kid, Yu-Gi-Oh! Made a one-of-a-kind card for a child that was battling an illness. That child's name was Tyler. So Yu-Gi-Oh! Printed one copy of this card, the Tyler the Great Warrior card, and gifted it to that child. And now apparently that card's going to auction. Thanks to the resub. Dyslexia, Christian, the Prime, Conrad. That is that model, Jay. Yes, sir. That's the one.
We're all scared. But we have
Thanks
to
to the 10
keep
gift
moving
subs, Elder.
forward.
Thank you, Elder.
Even if we can't see the road in front of us, holding our heads up high, believing in what lies ahead. Even while we sit here, that moment is coming closer every second. We've all got limited time, you know?
So I think first and foremost, we should start off with, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Okay, I'm Tyler Gressley. A lot of people know me as Tyler the Great Warrior, which actually Yu-Gi-Oh! Chose that name. They let me create the entire card, but they
This is like a whole documentary on it.
And they chose that.
The fact that he also has this too.
Yeah.
I mean, this just tells the whole story here.
Rendering. This is what he drew when he was in the hospital. And this is the final rendering.
Thanks, Prime Phantom, the resub Fried, Wego, Sway, Brilliant, Frank,
So what no one
Luna,
knew prior to this whole thing coming together was that there were two separate artworks that Kazuki Takahashi did for Tyler the Great Warrior. And so Tyler got to pick which artwork it was. And so the fact that we have that, and it's also signed by Kazuki Takahashi as well, is just, I was geeking out when they were showing, I'm like, this is unbelievable.
Well, that's cool. I was a little worried when I heard this was going to auction that something happened to Tyler. So that's nice to see that he's okay. Thanks for 5 gift subs, Metalhead, and the resub MILF and Spiral. I think I've watched something on him before, Chris. I can't remember exactly who that is though. Thanks the Bits Cupid. Yeah, it's not up yet. Releases in 30 minutes. Thanks, resub Foot.
No one's ever heard before.
Yeah. So are you just a big Future Trunks fan? Is that okay? Yeah. I was like, dude, that's just Future Trunks on the card. It's like, it's so awesome.
Walk me through it.
My journey really started in 2001. I was initially diagnosed with undifferentiated sarcoma of the liver, which is a extremely rare cancer. I was told at the time when I was diagnosed that there was on average about 200 known cases that they had ever seen in the United States of it. Eventually, they told me about Make-A-Wish. At the time, I really loved playing Yu-Gi-Oh! So I told them I wanted to make this, and they flew us out to New York, my dad and I. They introduced me to the artist.
That's super cool of them.
Introduced me to different voices of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Show. I got to watch the pressing of the card, took the picture with it, and got to go home with it. They contacted me, and first thing I wanted was a Porsche, but I wasn't old enough.
That's really nice of them to do that. I didn't know that was like the whole story.
Yeah, sure, we'd make it happen, but because you can't drive, you can't have fun. So after tossing some ideas around and stuff, this is what came up, and I drew this. Always been inspired by Dragon Ball Z and stuff. I loved Yu-Gi-Oh! So much, so I was like, man, I can combine the both if I can do whatever I want, you know? So I just combined my two favorite pastimes at the time. So
Yeah, my 12-year-old self.
He was great at drawing.
Agrees with that. This is fantastic.
So what do you remember from
Thanks to Tier 1 Kaylee and Tier 1 Keebler. There's some Cypher and Armored.
So I
the
remember
Prime
at the beginning
Gedwin.
of the Make-A-Wish process, 2 Make-A-Wish representatives coming in, introducing themselves, saying, hey, kind of
it's not up yet.
To me.
Comes out in 30 minutes. So we're just waiting.
Honestly, on such big wishes, they kind of really honed in on that. You gotta be patient. This is gonna take a lot of work. We're gonna have to make a lot of phone calls. We will touch base anytime we get any updates. To me, at the time, it seemed like it took forever, but it really didn't take all that long. To be honest with you, I don't remember offhand. I don't remember the 2 girls who helped. The 2 representatives who helped get me started before we went to New York and did all this stuff.
I'm glad we're able to all assemble here today.
Man, he's really getting the whole story here. A full deep dive on the history of this card. I wonder what this will fetch at the auction. I am curious. I don't think it'll be 6 figures, but I have to imagine it'll still be, like, expensive. Like 20k plus. The collectible card industry's kind of started to get back to what it used to be. Nah, I don't think it'll get six figures. I'm thinking it'll probably end up around like probably 30, 40K would be my guess. Why is he selling? That I don't know. I'd have to watch the whole video to get the answer to that question. As you said, Eep, Bruh, Wawa software in the Prime. Tuffins and Tier 1 Vikings. The bits Brandon and Jay. That actually wasn't my favorite 1,000-Foot Crutch song. My favorite 1,000-Foot Crutch song was Phenomenon. No, I'm not gonna buy it. Thanks to Tier 1 Ozzy Codon and the resub Artie. You hear about Elvis the Alien's Kickstarter for a Bloodborne graphic novel. No, that sounds really cool though. Brotherhood of the Wolf. Oh, wait, no. Is it The Old Blood? A Bloodborne prequel graphic novel? This?
Oh yes, Pale Blood. Well, if you're a fan of From Software's game Bloodborne, you've come to the right place. We want to bring you some truly incredible fan-made Bloodborne content and rewards. All we need is a lot of your coin to do so. If you're anything like me, when you finished the game Bloodborne, you wanted more. When you finished the DLC,
it's an amazing game.
More. You were fascinated with the world and the lore. Well, today's your lucky day.
I don't know anything about the world or lore. It was just an amazing, beautiful game.
We want to create a giant love letter to the game in the form of a prequel graphic novel that will fully develop the lore of Yarnum and its characters into a cohesive story for you to enjoy. Let me introduce you to a graphic novel that we want to create called The Old Blood. The graphic novel will include pivotal moments in the lore, like the discovery of the Tumerian Labyrinth, the fishing hamlet raid, the slaughter of Canehurst, the burning of Old Yarnum, and much more. We have been tirelessly writing a script that
I just played the game. I don't know what the story was.
Available to us. And the novel that we want to create, it's fucking awesome. I'm not going to mince words. You're going to love it. In preparation to write this script, I have scoured every single inch.
Cool project idea. I love Bloodborne, so anything more from Bloodborne's cool. So as a guy who actually does comics, does he actually need 100K for this? Elvis the Alien? Oh yeah. If he's going to self-publish, fulfill, produce, oh yeah, absolutely. Hire the team? No doubt. Yeah, he'll need every goddamn dollar of that. How did you not know about the lore? Have you not played Bloodborne? The story isn't told through cutscenes. The story is told through exploration and diving into item descriptions as well as just actually putting it together in universe. It's not like it's spoon-fed for you. It's very easy to miss the lore in Bloodborne. Isn't there going to be IP issues with trying to sell that? That I couldn't tell you. It seems like there would be, considering he's calling it a Bloodborne prequel. I imagine there'd be some kind of legal potential there, but I'm not an expert on that. Thanks for resub. Search, Dallas, Skull, Hungry, Everlasting, TJC, Crazy Relic, Joe, Amaroka, and the Prime, Gothy, and Roy. And the resub Barge. Have you seen Wade's response to KSI? No. Not yet. They commissioned him to write it. It's official lore. Oh, is it really? Well, then that's how they probably get around that. That would make sense. Thanks the resub Fosta and Chaos. And the Prime Holy. Why is he asking for money then? They probably just give him the blessing. So they're probably not actually paying him to do it. They probably just gave him rights to the IP in order to make it. So they basically just did a licensing deal with him. That doesn't include production cost, would be my guess. Assuming that chatter's telling the truth, but a lot of people said that, yeah, that's the case. So I'll take him at his word. He's a tier 1 Twitchy. The Kickstarter FAQ literally says they have no legal permission. Okay, Jesus Christ. I'm just gonna look at it myself then. Where's the FAQs at? What is this? Look like a cosplay thing. Thanks for 5 gift subs, Twitchy. And the Prime will. Nice. Ooh, brother. This printing cost plus rewards is going to be a lot larger chunk of this pie. Artist labor is obviously very expensive, assuming you're paying your artist well. But printing costs and rewards, that's a lot. Unless he already has some kind of like bulk deal with a fulfillment center or something already figured out. Is this the FAQ for the project or the actual site? Oh, here we go. Is this project licensed by Sony or From Software? The simple answer is no. There's a fan-made graphic novel. Think of this Kickstarter project like one massive commission to get something made, and beyond that, it will not be sold. Every cent gained from this Kickstarter will go towards getting this thing made and sent out, which is why the goal is quite high. We want to make it as good as we can. Yeah, I don't know. It might get a little dicey legally if FromSoft decides to do something about it. I don't know why they would, though. Thanks to Tier 1 Elijah, the Resub Jack, and the Prime Vince. And not really, Arrow. What happens if there's legal trouble after it's funded? If for whatever reason Sony or FromSoft want to shut this project down, we will fight our case. In the worst case scenario, all backers will be fully refunded. For the book portion of their pledge, reward payment will still be taken out if you'd still like them. The project will be canceled. This is a little concerning. This isn't exactly like a winnable case, considering they're calling it a prequel to Bloodborne. That's going to be a really hard thing to argue, because that's immediately going to be confused by consumers as being like official Bloodborne. You'd need the blessing for that. That might be a little hard to argue. At least I would think. Again, I'm not an expert. But refunding the backers is also going to be really tough in the worst case scenario, because a lot of their money is going to be spent on production. So assuming they shut this down like somewhere in the middle, they've already spent that money, meaning the refunds are going to have to come out of pocket. So that might get real dicey if that happens. So hopefully that won't be the case. There's already an official Bloodborne comic, so they might take these guys down, but I doubt it. I didn't even know there was an official comic. That's going to make it even more difficult for Elvis the Alien and his team to be safe here. Because now you have the exact same thing in an official capacity in the same medium this fan-made one's going into. And it's called The Old Blood, a Bloodborne prequel graphic novel. That could easily be confused for the official one, even though it's not. So I don't know, it might be a little scary. Hopefully not, though. Thanks to the Tier 1 Vibe, Tier 1 Flappy, and the gift sub Sit, and the resub Burnley, Fascinated, Brute, Revis, and Jukebox. The bits, Frederick. Possible, Chris. Yeah, of course. The Gentlemen are working on more music. We'll have another album coming out sometime this year. Oh, thanks for the raid, Gunner. Hope you had a good stream. Welcome. Yeah, we're about to play some Resident Evil 4 once this unlocks. We got 15 minutes. I'm very excited. Thanks for the resubs. Leaf, Worm, and Sunny. Thanks to Tier 1 Chunky. Any thoughts on going to Comic-Con? I don't go to conventions, but I'm pretty sure we're going to have a Godslap booth there, if I had to guess. But yeah, no, I don't really go to conventions. Thanks to Prime Krisha. Yeah, I was just watching Simo's video on Tyler the Great Warrior card. I didn't finish it though. I will later. I won't be bidding on the Yu-Gi-Oh card though. Hey Nesh, how come not bidding? That just seems like a super personal card, one that I really wouldn't feel comfortable owning. Like, it'd be part of my collection just because of its rarity. And that's, I don't know, that just seems like a very sentimental, personal thing that it's just not something I would personally feel comfortable having. I'm very surprised it's going to auction to begin with. Again, I haven't finished Simo's video on it, so I don't know the reasoning behind it, but I am very surprised to see it go to auction. There's some Vampire, STSS, and the Prime Moon Knight. And the resub Gojo. And the Prime Re. He's planning on taking the funds from the card to start up a business. That's cool. I hope it goes well for him. I anticipate the card going in the realm of like 20 to 50k. I don't think it'll break six figures just because the whole collectible card market isn't as wild as it was 2 years ago. But who knows? I could be wrong. I'm just anticipating it'll be somewhere in that 20 to 50k ballpark. Thanks to the bits Aussie and the Prime FIFO. Happy birthday, Dylan. Yeah, hope you have a good birthday. Thanks to the resub. Drag and Booyah. And the Prime Stinky. And the resub Bridge. And the resub Baltorb. I was in the secret audition of the rarest Cyber Dragon, the one it was related to be a scam. I saw insane bidding going around. I don't think this is going to hit the 1 million because it was graded a 7. In this case, grading it harmed the sell of it more than enough. It got graded a 7? Oh, yeah, that's not ideal. But again, yeah, I could be wrong. It could very well go crazy with bidding. I just don't think that'll happen, only because of the current state of the collectible card market is not as hot as it was 2 years ago, but we'll see. I will absolutely be keeping my eye on it. Thanks to the resub. General Helmet, Irvin in the Prime, Thunder, Stubby in the Bits, Avis, Chris in Tier 1, J. Cole, Tier 1 Demonic in the resub, Zeno, Kawaii in the Prime, Thorpo. In the Prime, Aluzi. Thanks to the resub, Carlos. The Tier 1 Rama and resub Salazar and Prime Brian in Oop. Yeah, I saw what happened with Linus. I saw it on Twitter. Thanks to Tier 1 Mini, and resub Nova and Hugs. Yeah, I haven't played Master Duel in a while. Happy birthday, Space Hero. Can I buy Divine Peach restock? Is it out of stock? It's at GNC. If it's out of stock online. Favorite COD game? COD 4. When does Resident Evil 4 drop? 7 minutes. T minus 7 minutes till this puppy is fresh out of the oven. You finished Wulong? Yep, finished it 2 nights ago. What's your favorite Resident Evil game? Resident Evil 2 Remake. There's a Prime Swan. And the resub Sassy. And the resub Blonde. The Bits Mark. Of course I remember that game. And the Bits Kyo. Of course I'll play Jedi Survivor when it comes out. I liked Fallen Order. Thanks resub Maged in the Prime. Calamari in the resub Cine. What difficulty are you starting? What difficulty are you starting off with? Oh, just normal. Yeah, just normal. Ooh, thanks to the anonymous 5 gift subs. The resub Victor. Thanks to the resub Maku. Was that a Chiodos album in the CDs? Yeah, of course. That was We're Gonna Have Us a Champagne Jam. What album was that? Can't remember, but yeah, that album. That's sweet, Chris. Thanks for that. Thanks for some diaper. And the resub bung. And the resub seized. And the resub type O negative. Of course I played the original Resident Evil 4. I don't think I ever finished it though. I really don't remember the ending. I don't know if I actually ever finished it. Thanks to Tier 1 Godfrey and the Tier 1 Reaper and the resub Abby and the Prime Laxus. The Prime and the Bits Evis. The Prime Nora. And resub Darkside. Why do you never play games on hard if you like Souls games? Very different games. What do you mean? Souls I love for the challenge. But games like Resident Evil 4 and shit, there's a lot more that goes into the fun than just like a challenge. I'd rather just enjoy it instead of have to sweat for it. When it comes to Souls games, the challenge is part of the overall experience. There's a resub bulk. I don't know that game, Mark. You can install now. You have to restart. Let me see. There's the Brian Miller. There's the Prime Glue and the resub Maddie. Yeah, this is the remake. All right. Game time. Thanks the Prime Win. The Bits Chris. What was the price? I think it was 60. He's a Prime Villain. And the Prime Zor. And the resub Trover. The Prime Mad Dog. Yeah, John Wick 4 is an actual masterpiece. I still can't believe how good that fucking movie was. It was unreal. Thanks, resub Junis. Thanks to the resub Nuts. And the resub Omniov. The Prime John and resub Majora. Yeah, I did like the original Resident Evil 4, but like I said, I don't think I ever beat it. Oh, hope you like it, Method. Thanks, resub Carnage. Resub Tempori. The resub Eric. Is this the demo or the game? No, the game came out today. This is a full game. Thanks to Prime Kieran. Well, the demo or the game came out 1 minute ago. Thanks for 10 gift subs, Sam. Appreciate it. Thank you, Sam. Nice. That's cool, Girth. Thanks to the Prime Bats and the resub Witness and Kaiser. And the resub Notch. I listened to the recent Linkin Park song, Lost. Yeah, it was good. Thanks to Prime Vlad and the resub Kaiser. The resub Yator. Hey, Prime Smokey. Hey, Space. And the Prime Ray. Was there a pre-order bonus? I have no idea. I don't think so. There's a Prime Wing. Oh, Linkin Park dropped another new song. Oh, wow. Okay. I'll have to check it out. Thanks for resub Toast. And the Prime Elbow and the resub Rhetoric and Happy. Nope. Still never found anyone to value all that, Jay. We had one guy come out that looked at some of the stuff, like the cards, and he basically said that they're part of the most common collections, so they weren't really, like, crazy. Unfortunately. Thanks to resub Jesus. But other than that, not really. Did you see the new Unreal Engine? Yeah, we were talking about it yesterday. Fortnite Creative 2.0 and all that. Absolutely crazy shit. Thanks a resub noodle. Thanks for the gift sub, Joseph. And tier 1 corrupted. I mean, apparently the remake's amazing. Everyone's giving it 10s. So, I do have high hopes for it. How's Godslap coming along? Great. Issue 3 just came out. Issue 4 will be out, I think, first part of June? Or, yeah, or end of May. I don't remember. Either end of May or first part of June. Hey, Umbrella. Just gonna be playing it on normal. Thanks to the bits Ian and the resub. Mana. The Prime Musk. You still get all the past issues of Godslap? Yep. And we still have some issue 2 limited edition variants up. And 3. Thanks, Reese Professor. Oh, I'm definitely not doing hardcore to start. Absolutely not. Thanks, resub, Kez. Resub Senpai.